Well, hello there, Taurus. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for the week of November 11th through the 17th. So we'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any areas of resistance on your path or advice that Spirit has for you. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see what's on the horizon. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Beautiful. And white raven spirit. Trust in the magic. Oh my goodness, Taurus. That is such a lovely energy. This is also the number 66, which means that you have mastered some soul lesson, okay? Or are going through the process of mastering some soul lesson. And sixes are all about victory, okay? Recognizing the victory, feeling the magic, okay? Trust in the magic, feeling the magic, knowing that the magic is real and alive because you have these rainbow blessings coming into your life. Now, the rainbow blessings can also be about seeing the silver lining in difficult situations that we have encountered in the past. Being on the road long enough, the path long enough to be able to take a look at something that has happened in the past and understand that even though it could have been a tower moment, it could have been something very difficult that you had to go through, that out of that there was some insight, wisdom garnered from that, right? That is the soul lesson. And I think that that is what you're seeing. And I feel like it has something to do with your sense of unworthiness or feeling like you weren't enough or you couldn't acquire enough or be enough or attract in enough to find the happiness that you are seeking. But that is truly changing. And the reason that it is changing is because you have had the courage to take back your power. So let's go back to the energy of you may have had a difficult situation in the past. And maybe somebody left your life, okay? Maybe they chose to leave your life for one reason or another, okay? Or maybe you had to walk away from something that was difficult, like a career, a job, or a relationship. The ending, yeah, because we have the Three of Swords here. The ending was very difficult. It brought you this sense of not feeling like you were enough. So if somebody left a relationship, whether it's family, friend, work, romance, somebody may have decided to go in a different direction. It was very disappointing, right? And it left you feeling like you weren't enough. You didn't have enough to offer this person, and therefore they left. Or it could be if you lost your job, right? Decided that you had to go in another way because the job wasn't paying well enough or something. It left you with this energy of, I don't have what it takes, okay? And that is the lesson that you have been working on. And I love this because you have this sense of having the courage, right? I thought I had one more. You do. Yeah, you have three cards of strength here, okay? You have the Leo energy of the strength card, and then you have courage and present power. All three of these represent the energy that you have had the strength to overcome something in the past. Or you are working on overcoming something from the past. Some very heartbreaking, disappointing thing that has left you feeling like you don't have what you want, or you can't acquire it, or you're not enough to deserve it. So let's take a look at this because the winds are changing. The winds are changing. Yeah, this is an energy, you have a change in the wind. Things are starting to change in this situation. You're starting to gain back your power. You're taking back your power. You're no longer allowing some disappointment from the past to rob you of your happiness. And this is the rainbow blessings, right? This is the magic because you're far enough down the path. You've been doing a lot of work on your healing because you have healing here. You've been doing a lot of healing. So you're starting to see the silver lining to some dark cloud in the past. Gemini energy, Virgo energy here, but it's about taking action on what your heart truly desires. The Lover's card is the old choice card in Tarot. It's choosing what your heart truly desires. It's about getting on your horse and going towards what it is that you want for yourself. You know, some Tower moment in the past may have put you onto a path where you were forced to go out into the world on your own, right? You may have left a romantic relationship, or you may have left a career or a job. You were forced, perhaps, either whether you decided to do that or you were put into that position, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, okay, I was forced to go out on my own. But the silver blessing of being put onto a new path where you're kind of by yourself is that suddenly at some point you decide, after you've done some healing, right? Now, wait a minute, this is an okay place to be, because now I can decide what it is that I truly want for myself. And that sometimes takes a little bit of this hermit energy of going within, of cocooning, of knowing that you have the answers within you, that you don't have to have somebody on the outside telling you what it is that you want anymore. And it could be that up until that Tower moment, you were listening to what other people wanted for you in your life. It could be from your childhood, from your family unit. It could be from your religion, your culture, your country, whatever. There's a lot of different information that we receive from the external that tells us what's good for us. But the truth of the matter is that it's about going within and figuring it out, what it is that you want for yourself. Not what other people think is good for you, but what you know to be good for you. The Hermit knows what is good because you have that information within you. Yeah, and then learning to take action. And, this is baby steps sometimes. Sometimes we just take a little baby step towards what we think it is that we want. We're not willing to change our whole life, turn it upside down all the time. You may have a job that you can't leave, but maybe you can start a side business. Or maybe you have to continue working at a job that's not really in alignment with what you want, but you're going back to school at night in order to get certified, to become something else, to move in a different direction. It's understanding that when you take a step to move towards what it is, you take action on what you know to be good for you, the universe will align with you. The magic will start happening. The blessings will start happening. All of a sudden, doors will open for you that weren't open before, because you start shifting your energy and you start getting excited about what it is that you want instead of focusing on what you've lost. You're starting to focus on what it is that you want. This is very much that Aquarian energy. Pluto is still in Capricorn and will be until the end of January. This is much about getting rid of that Capricorn energy, purging what other people want for you, and starting to think about, hey, what do I have to offer the world, right? You know your own gifts more than anybody else knows what your gifts are. And stepping into that energy of getting really excited. How can I share my gifts, my insight, my wisdom? How can I share that with the world? So let's take a look at what your obstacle is. Okay, I've got to say this, and I didn't see this before. You have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a spiritual teacher. As a spiritual teacher, somebody that it goes out there and blazes the pathway for others, right? Is somebody that doesn't necessarily know exactly where the path is going to lead, but gets really inspired because the King of Wands, and it's not about gender, it's just that energy, that passion, getting excited about what it is that you really and truly want to do. I mean, you have the Knight of Wands, right? And then the King of Wands. you're just starting this journey. So Taurus, if you're kind of like, well, I'm not really sure what it is that I want or what direction I want to go in. This is also about embracing, I just want to go out there and start trying some new things. I want to learn what it is that I want for myself instead of listening to what other people say I should do. What is it that I truly want for myself? If you have not spent some time kind of like cocooning, you could be going into an energy of cocooning, because we can't really and truly know what our heart truly desires until we pull our energy away from a lot of the people in our life. It doesn't mean you have to say, I'm not talking to you anymore or anything like that. It's just kind of like allowing yourself more time to be by yourself so that you can spend time reflecting on what it is that gets you excited. Or it could be about taking some courses or classes or reading some books or talking to some people about new things that you're kind of interested in, right? That would be this exploring. I think for some of you, you're kind of like exploring, what is it that I'm truly passionate about? Because you see here, you have building blocks and playing it safe. There's a little bit of an energy of keeping yourself a little too safe, of trying to stay within the boundaries of what other people want for you or what society expects of you. It's understanding I can't really explore what it is or figure out what I really want for myself unless I allow myself to step out of the picket fence there, right? And go see what else is out there in the world. For some of you, you may be thinking about traveling and visiting other cultures, or at least kind of like, getting out of your own backyard and trying to, and exploring either on the internet or through books, some insight, some different viewpoints than what you have had up until this point. But this takes courage. It does. It takes courage to say, you know what? I think I'm going to change my mind about what I believed in before. It takes courage to say to the people that you love, maybe in your family, right? Hey, I'm going to go explore some new ideas out here. And it does take courage to, and there's a little bit of you where I feel like part of it is, okay, so Taurus, one of the things is that when we're on our spiritual path, we change our mind as we become more aware of the spiritual spiritual awareness and the collective and all of that. We start changing our mind from what we believed before. And you might be going through a little bit, this may not resonate with all of you, but some of you may be going through a little bit of, how could I believe something back 5 years ago, 10 years ago? How can I be so entrenched in that thinking? And now I think something totally different, right? And it could be that you have people in your life that have known you for a long time that said, well, you said you would never blah, 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 right? Or you said blah, blah, blah. You believed in blah, blah, blah. And now you're seeing things differently. And it's kind of like they could be pointing that out to you and almost having you kind of like second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself, because when we open up to our own spiritual awareness and enlightenment, okay, it is true that you may look back and say, how could I have believed that? Or how could I have been that person, right? And how, there's almost like a little bit of guilt and shame involved in that. But it's about allowing yourself to know that you have evolved. That just is like indication of how much you have evolved, and not to feel like, how could I be that way and now I'm this way? And looking at it, because this is the energy of knowing that you can bring people together because of your new enlightenment. And this is, oh my goodness, this is a beautiful energy. And I really feel like this is kind of like helping you to understand maybe some of the thinking patterns or the reflection that you're doing in this hermit energy of understanding it's okay, you're evolving, right? And there are new people that are coming onto your path, especially in January. okay, when this entire enlightenment happens for the collective, and knowing that you have the strength and the courage to be a spiritual leader, right? You may still be in training right now, but the training never stops. We keep evolving. As long as we allow ourselves to, we will keep learning and keep evolving, keep progressing. And that is okay. And having the courage to do that. If you had a great awakening previously and that you thought that you knew everything back then, and now you're kind of going through another awakening, it's the same thing. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm just seeing things in a new perspective. But a lot of times we do have to allow ourselves to sequester ourselves, to isolate ourselves a little bit. And I don't mean completely cutting people out of your life, right? But once again, just pulling your energy back, spending a little bit more time, with yourself. Yeah, because look, I think the truth of the matter is that you are working on something. I think your life purpose is coming out of this. Whatever the rainbow blessing, something from the past that was painful is now becoming your purpose. Something that you're going to work on and is going to become very financially stable for yourself, bring you a lot of abundance, new people, new celebrations in your life, new soul tribe members. Wow, beautiful energy here, Taurus. Yeah, beautiful energy. Okay, so let's pull a soul truth card for yourself. Know you are exactly where you are meant to be. Yes, that is the message I'm getting. Know you are where you are meant to be. Yeah, beautiful energy. Okay, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Taurus, I do personal readings. So if this resonated with you and you'd like a personal reading, I'd be so honored to do one for you. The link is in the description box below. All right, to where does my soul want to travel? I do think some of you are thinking about moving. There is that energy of knowing that you may need to move to be closer to people that are like-minded, seeking out people that think similarly to you. All right, when we travel, we grow, we open up our little worlds to more adventure, thrills, patience, understanding, trust, and oneness. Our hearts and minds expand and our desires are satisfied. To where does your soul want you to visit? Yeah, beautiful energy of understanding. There is something about opening your mind to different viewpoints of spirituality, different practices, different healing modalities, different cultures, just allowing yourself to explore that, right? That Knight of Wands is very much, I want to go out and explore. I want to learn more about the world around me so that you can truly feel like you're stepping into the energy of being a spiritual leader. For some of you, I do kind of think you may go back to school or learn to become a Reiki healer or something like that. Understanding, okay, I want to learn more about this so I can use this information to help others to heal. Yeah, beautiful energy. You are mastering it all. With that number 66, you are mastering it and coming into victory. Rainbow blessings for you, Taurus. All right, I'm leaving it there. I wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.